everyone, it's Jaden. Welcome back to my channel. On today's video, I'll be talking about another setback pitfall that has to do with boredom. This is the second video of this series on setbacks. I will start by sharing my story in regards to this. This happened back in phase 2 for me of my health crash recovery. And it was a big lesson for me to learn. It was when I started to experience that false recovery where I felt really good suddenly, but little did I know at the time, without anybody else's guidance, I was going through those adrenaline highs and lows, those extreme adrenaline highs and lows, and having lived a life that I had been in that state most of the time, I would say, that adrenaline driven metabolism and energy, I thought that was me healing and going back to normal. And it wasn't until later, when I fully truly recovered, like 2 years later, that I realized a huge light bulb moment about my life. It's that predominantly I've been operating my entire life off of that adrenaline driven fight or flight energy, and I recognize that as normal because that's what I was used to. During this time, I thought I've recovered, even though I was still way early in this game of full recovery from this type of health imbalance. I just decided that, I can get back into my normal life, the intense fitness lifestyle, tennis, just go, taking on all these projects, pursuing my acting career to the fullest, auditioning, being on set, not realizing that I was still very easily triggered. Very quickly after that, I started having major setbacks and crashes. And that was very depressing because I thought I had, made my recovery. This is very common, guys. When you are on your health crash recovery journey, in the beginning, I came up with a timeline concept of the 5 phases to keep things easier for me to explain. It is not set in stone. I am not a doctor or a nurse or a therapist, so I'm just sharing my experience, and these are the concepts that I came up with my own journey to provide you information and for your own research, and just for the sake of easy explanation of what I went through. The second phase, which is phase 2, is I would call this the most frustrating phase. And you can check out my downloadable ebook and my other videos and my playlists. I talked a lot about these phases and in fact a lot of other information on this subject if you're new to my channel. Those of you who've been following me, I am very fortunate to have such a great consistent following, a great group of people, so you guys know all about this 5 phases thing. So this was in phase 2. That was the first time I experienced that high. I just felt wow, life has gone back to me. And but it was false. And it's so hard later to explain this to others who are going through it, because when you get hit with that high, it is hypnotizing. It is very convincing that you think you're good to go. And 10 out of 10, myself included, with the people I've talked to now, thousands, about this, nobody truly will just hit a sudden burst of energy like that and truly be healed. They will have a setback. And the first setback's usually a major one. I really want to raise some awareness about this. When you first had your initial health crash, the major one, and you start your recovery journey, I would say around 5 months is when you're gonna feel like this. Because the first start to 5 months is pretty massive and pretty debilitating, depending how intense your crash was and all that. But the first few months, you're pretty crashed out. So this happens after like a few months, and it will be very convincing. You'll think you're ready to go. And so what I would suggest is, let's say you've just had your major health crash and all the symptoms starts coming, and you're on this path to recovery. When you're around a few months in, even 6 months in, you will start to feel that resurgence of energy. Don't overdo yourself at this point. Okay, I've mentioned this in numerous videos because it is so important to prevent delays and setbacks on your recovery. Don't overdo yourself at all at this point. Like, take this luxury of recovery and enjoy it. Don't start planning things because you're bored. Most of us who have this type of health imbalance, again, is very driven and very like doers. So it feels very awkward to rest and to do nothing. So for us, taking just one day of doing nothing to recover is already like so awkward. So imagine one day is like nothing. Okay, so imagine you've already now taken a few months because you like crashed and had this health issue, and you've taken a few months. And in your mind, you're thinking, okay, taking one day is already so like weird, awkward for me to rest because I'm a doer. Taking few months, that ought to be enough. And now that I feel really good because your body is starting to recover, and it first regenerates the adrenals, and your adrenals are functioning a little bit better, so you're like getting this fall. And what the adrenals will do, they'll shoot hormones so that you are in that adrenaline like high. And if they're starting to function a little bit better, you'll get a dose of that, and you'll be like, I've already taken a few months off to rest, and now I'm feeling great again. It's very easy to jump right back into doing. But you will learn very quickly, and that your body needs more time. I think certainly it was for me and everyone I've talked to. Your body just needs more time, like talking like a year or two. And that's average, guys. That's fast. Okay, there are many people that I've talked to that because they keep doing more than they should, and they never really just stop and they take the time to go through this full journey and heal, they end up spending like years and years, like 5 years plus. And there are a few people I've talked to that never gotten over it because their life just didn't allow them to stop and fully take a look at and address these like chronic stress issues and patterns. So don't let the boredom get you, guys, because yes, we're very creative people, or we're very driven, and you just want to get out there again, implement your to-do lists, and you probably are sitting there resting and thinking all the things that you need to catch up on, and you are so thrilled that you could just feel better suddenly and get back in the game. But I just want to make this video and continue to remind you that is not going to help your recovery, and it's going to delay you. You might be the anomaly, so you might be somebody who have this happen and you just truly fully healed from there. I'm not ruling that out. I'm sure there's people, depending on your degree of crash or health imbalance with this type of chronic stress-induced issues like adrenal fatigue, panic attacks, HP axis, burnout, and stuff like that, hormonal imbalance. Depending on the severity and depending on your chemical makeup, like you could be the anomaly that fully heals right when you have that extreme like surge of adrenaline energy again. But not me, and not thousands of people I've talked to. So, and I just want to make this video just to help you. If you are unsure, or if you have experienced this type of setback because you overdid it, because you thought you were recovered and you were bored and you just jumped back right into your life, this is a video here to support you. Because it totally happened to me many times. This will continue to happen for months. Like from phase 2, the whole phase 2 and most of phase 3, you're gonna have this. Okay, and that's like each phase was about 4 to 6 months for me. So you're gonna have this for a while. You don't necessarily have to get wrapped up in it and have a setback every time, but you will be tempted. Your energy will rise and you'll be very tempted to do more. With things like adrenal fatigue, it's just so debilitating, and you just been so messed up that it's like a breath of life, and you just like innately want to just jump back in your game, but gotta remind yourself it's not the right time yet. Your health is priority, and you need to keep resting and recovering until you're truly fully recovered. And it's such a challenging and wonderful thing to have something like this come up to like really put you in a place where you have to look at your go non-stop go-getter part of you. Because it's out of balance. That's why you're experiencing imbalanced health. So it's a great wake-up call and great opportunity to use this as a catalyst to improve your life, to better yourself, to add more balance in who you are, and to use your strength in a more powerful way, in a way that's balanced, that can get you farther, get you more of what you want, get more success, live your best life. Allow you to live your best life because your health is optimal. It can be a really good thing when you look at it in a really deep way. These type of contrast, like health imbalance like this, certainly for me was a powerful moment in my life where I was given the opportunity to move through a lot of dark challenges I've had to actually bring more joy and happiness and fulfillment and success. It is quite a journey, and it does take, mental focus and like self strength and self-awareness, but it's very much worth it. And this is definitely a huge setback, pitfall that I wanted to address in this series. When we're in this, when you're in this situation where you're feeling that surge of adrenaline and the energy is back, it is very hard to convince you otherwise. I find that a lot of my viewers and my Facebook group members, when you're in this type of high, it's so easy to just forego the advice of, you still need to rest more, you're not quite there yet. It's very easy for people to just, and myself included, for people to just say, yeah, no, I'm recovered, I'm good, and just start doing more. And they will usually come around and message me like, I should have listened. But that's okay, because I totally went through that. Like I said, so many times. I mean, I've lost count of how many times that had happened to me. I had nobody except for one person to kind of guide me, and she didn't live in my city, and it was, it wasn't like she didn't have a YouTube channel and wasn't really dedicated to this subject. So I really had to figure it out on my own, and that's why I thought when I recovered, well, if I can save people time and give people more information, maybe it'll help their journey better and their recovery faster. However, I do still believe that it is a journey that we all have to take on our own pace. We all have to make the mistakes we need to make so that we can truly get through these personality imbalances and these and implement these improvements that we that are so beneficial for us in our own way. It's just, there's no way out of it. You're gonna have setbacks no matter how much information I give you guys. Now, it will help you and make it better and you'll be more informed. But I think that setbacks are inevitable. You're not gonna have this perfect recovery journey, because if you were able to do that, you wouldn't be this situation in the first place. So don't, be too down on yourself if this is happening to you. Just take it moment by moment and try to get as much information as you can. Try to stay present and just move through it, and you will. And I am here with my channel, information, my Facebook group, my website. Check out all of it. I'm here to support you on this. I hope you enjoy my video today. This is the second of my setback series that I'm doing. On the next video of this series, I will be talking about setbacks caused by overwhelming yourself with too many different types of solutions, modalities, and healing methods of this type of health imbalance. All right, thanks so much for watching, guys. Please subscribe, share, and like. And of course, I look forward to seeing you guys all on my next video.
You